you know what time it is, please be sure to subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, hit all, so that you are notified whenever I post a video like today. Let's get into it. Let's make these beautiful soaps. So I'm pouring my lye water with sodium lactate into my oils where I've already added my colloidal oatmeal. Take 10. Let's see if I can actually get my words out this time without getting too mumbled, okay? So, when I was melting my oils and butters, you guys, I put my colloidal oatmeal in the mix. And I found that as the oils and butters melted, it also helped the colloidal oatmeal disperse better. Some of it does sink to the bottom of the oils and butters, but not a problem because when you are stick blending, like I'm doing here, it mixes it all in. But this was, I've found now, the best way for me to mix my colloidal oatmeal into my soaps. Nice and smooth. I don't even see oatmeal chunks. Can I get an amen? Thank you. Also, I just want to be clear here. The stick blender is not on the entire time I'm doing this. So with the stick blender, I hand mix some and then I stick blend in short bursts to really mix it all in. I'm doing all kinds of steps here in the soap today, so I need it to be in the lightest trace possible so that I don't have to worry about the soap setting too much by the time I reach the last stage. So what you're seeing here, hand mixing, short bursts of stick blending. Also, all in all, I'll tell you with my recipe, it takes me about 3 minutes to reach light trace. All right, so this is going to be a whole heck of a lot of steps in this soap today, but what we're doing now that everything is at a light trace, we're going to start splitting the soap to get our colors. The first color that I'm going to be working on is a brown. We're going to have the base of the soap be brown, and we're also going to have the top of the soap be brown underneath the frosting, and then we're going to have a little bit of brown in the frosting later. The fragrance oil that I'm going to be using, you guys, has 11% vanillin in it, so it's going to get very dark, but what I like to do is give it a little bit of a head start. Totally not necessary, but I do it anyway. I'm going to be coloring this with cocoa powder. So that's what you see there. And the other thing is I quite like that cocoa powder does have some skin loving benefits. So I'm going to go ahead and add that there. Okay, so the spoon is way too small for me. I'm just going to go ahead and switch it out for a much larger spoon. All right, so we're moving on to step 1 of many for the layering process. So I've already planned this out mathematically. I have a number in my head as to how many ounces of soap I want here. So I am weighing it out. And I know it looks funny, I keep on moving the soap over to the side. That's because I'm weighing it on the scale to see how much soap has been reduced from the total weight. And now we're going to move on to the rest of the soap. This right here is going to be frosting as well as filling, so to speak, for the soap that we're making. First, I want to whiten it a little bit just to get more of a pastel-y, I don't know, a lighter look to it. And then I'm going to split and add some colors. So I didn't even tell you what I'm doing here. So that is titanium dioxide dispersed in olive oil. Okay, so I'm just going to get the stick blender in there. I'm going to burp the heck out of it till I see some bubbles coming out. I don't want, to stick blend air into it. There we go. And here I'm adding the fragrance oil combo for this section of the soap. And then we're going to start stick blending. Again, I just want to emphasize I don't stick blend the entire time. So right now I'm literally just mixing it all with my hands. And then I'll just add a little bit of stick blending power to this. Guys, I'm going nuts today. My words are not coming out of my mouth. Oh my goodness. So we're splitting our colors here. Only two colors, purple and blue. There's going to be more blue than purple because with the blue, along with it being part of the filling of the soap, it's also going to be part of the frosting. So going back to this purple here, I realized, man, that's not as strong a color as I wanted. So I'm going to go back and add some of that beautiful purple vibrance mica from Nurture Soap into that, and that should be it. One of the things that I love about mica is that they blend so easily into soaps with minimal clumping, as opposed to, let's say, pigments or even titanium dioxide. You have to disperse them in other things, and if you just put a pigment right in there, you're more likely to get some yucky clumps. So I really like the ease of using micas. And since this is more soap and I use the same amount of mixture for both the purple and the blue, I've already learned that I'm going to need more blue, so I just went ahead and threw it in there. I realized that I still had a little bit of purple left over. Even though this is blue, I'm going to go ahead and pour that all up in the mix. It's not going to really impact the color too significantly where it'll be a change of plan. So I'm just trying to make use of all of my materials, y'all. All right, so here I am measuring out my frosting that I'm going to be using for the top, and I'm going to put that aside while I work on the rest of the soap. All right, you guys, so we are going for the drop swirl today. So I'm gonna get some soaps in each quadrant of, or purple soap in each quadrant of the blue soap. Then I'm gonna get it in the middle as well. And then after that, whatever I have left in the bowl, I'm gonna scoop out and just throw it on top. I'm gonna do a circle 8 in that, and then that should be enough to swirl it. But you guys, there's tons of fantastic, very helpful YouTube tutorials online on this technique, so please reference that because my video is definitely not a tutorial. My pour counter, so I'm just tapping out any air bubbles that may or may not exist within the soap loaf. And look at that lovely brown color. You can see it's already darkened even as it was sitting there. But so yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and add this to the top of the layer of the soap. And you can actually stop right here once you put the brown on top, make a pretty design, and call it a day. But I'm a little extra, so I wanted to add some frosting to it, and I'm going to be doing that shortly with the blue that we had set aside. So the brown is not as set as you can see as the blue. I threw it in there anyway, and I did pay for it a little bit. You'll see when I start piping that it comes out a little too thin, but it's okay. The end result is gorgeous anyway. And usually my eyeball test is if the frosting is not coming out when I'm holding it down, that it's okay. So that looks okay, but then check this out. Oh, that looks okay too. Oh, there we go. When the brown starts coming, ooh, but that's all good. No worries. We keep it moving. Oatmeal does a body good, so we're just gonna go ahead and put on our soaps. But that's just to represent that there is oatmeal in the soap. You guys already know I have colloidal oatmeal in here. Okay, moving on to the blueberry embeds. So my goal is to set blueberries on each bar of soap. So I want each bar of soap to have a full blueberry. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that in place first, then fill in the rest of the space with more blueberries. Okay, so I'm gonna go add a little bit of eco glitter on top of it for decor, and then continue with adding more blueberry embeds. My sister is over for the holidays and she was itching to have me place a blueberry in a spot that she felt one needed to be. So thank you, Yaylee, for your help. So here's what we got so far. I'm going to let this sit for 48 hours this time around, and then come back and finish the rest of the soap by adding drizzle to it, and then we're gonna cut it. All right, guys, this is what the soap looks like about 2.5 days later. We're gonna go ahead and add some drizzle to it, and then we're gonna cut it. So we are going to use the blueberry embeds that I didn't finish using earlier. We're going to use that, we're going to melt it, we're going to add some raspberry vibrance mica, or not vibrance, I'm making that up, raspberry mica from Brambleberry into it, and then we're going to use that as drizzle. So we're going to go ahead and add that beautiful raspberry soap now on top as drizzle. And guys, also when I do this, I do pay attention to get some of the drizzle to fall off the soap so that the individual bars will have some of that cute drizzle. Not every bar will have drizzle on top, but not necessarily on the side. All right, so I let the soap sit for just about 15 minutes, and now it is time to cut. I've already lined everything up, you guys, and I'm just trying to make sure I get you a good view of this. Let's go ahead and cut these babies. You can already tell they're going to be beautiful on the inside. And I made sure to line them up so that each one has a whole blueberry. But guys, look, we're losing a drizzle on the side. Man down, man down. All right, so here's the inside of the soap. Something unique, I've never had this happen before, is look at that. I don't know what that texturing is, but we're gonna roll with it. And as I get closer to the center of the soap, there's less and less of those like air pockets, and you'll see that shortly. And also what I want to point out is I mentioned earlier that the fragrance oil that I use in the brown area has a high percentage of vanillin in it, so it's going to deepen significantly over the next several hours as it begins to cure. All right, you guys, and there you have it. These are the finished blueberry cheesecake soaps. They smell delightful. They look delightful. They're going to be curing for 6 weeks and are actually available on my website for purchase as of today. All right, you guys, take care and thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye.